Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes, and I'm Lene Gehrig. Today I have a whole new collection of Lavinia stamps that my friend Debbie made some beautiful cards with. She showed me how to do them, so I can show you. So come play with us. So this is a gorgeous card that Debbie made, and she used some really beautiful techniques to do this and the following stamps. So this one is Zuri, the unicorn. This is Freya, the beautiful fairy. This is the star cluster, and this one is the vine. The vine we featured on another webisode, and so we're bringing that back because they're just great for fillers and things like that. So let me show you how Debbie did this. First of all, she started it out for me. Excuse me, the first thing that Debbie did was she took some ink pads here. This one is, she started out in the center of her card by using, this is Lemon Tonic and this is Harmony. This is a water reactive ink. She didn't use it for those properties, just for the color. She used one of the blender brushes, which is our favorite tool to use, and just applied that yellow to the center of the card. And then she used, this one is orange, and she went around just the bottom part of the card. Then she used Midnight, and Midnight, this wonderful blue, she then went around the bottom edges of it and around that top, okay? And then she stamped her star cluster right here with that Midnight blue ink. And then she stamped the unicorn and the fairy using, this is just black finesse ink. This is just a waterproof dye ink. It's a good all-around color. And one thing she did tell me is to get this deep, deep black. A tip would be to use your stamping platform. And then once you place it there, just continually repeating that stamped until your black is just very, very solid. No matter really how good your black ink pad is, you might want to take at least 2 passes on that. All right, so the next thing she did was do her moon. So I've got a piece of acetate here that's in a circle shape, and you can make your own little moon mask by using circle cutting dies, a circle punch if you don't have that, or you could even trace a water glass onto some acetate. And you can buy this by the sheet at Paper Wishes. All right, so we're going to do the moon. One thing that Debbie told me was she just used a piece of Scotch tape, and you just want to really take a lot of that tackiness off there. And we're going to use a mat here. All right, so we're going to take a lot of that tackiness off. We don't want that to just, we don't want it to be really that sticky, because we don't want it to permanently stick to our card. And then we're going to just take this, I'm going to put it there, and then we're going to put it, make sure we get it in the right place, right about there, right? And now we're going to take our medium size blender brush, I'll move my stamps out of the way here too, and we're going to go back to this Midnight ink. I'm going to blot that, and we're going to start right here on the edge of the unicorn. We're just going to do this in a little circular motion. I'm going to pick up some of that extra ink there. And we're going to go around that circle. And we're going to want to do that, I got to get more and more ink on there. We're going to do that pretty dark. So, moving around right up to that unicorn. So we're sort of starting and ending with the unicorn, making sure we get that bottom part really good. All right, there we go. Now we're just going to lift that mask up, being careful of our tape, and then we've got our wonderful moon. All right, and then Debbie used this great product here. Oh, gotta wipe off my brush because I'm going to use that again really quick, and I want it to be dry when I do that. So then Debbie used this great product. This is glitter ink, and it's by Spectrum Nar. It's a wonderfully sparkly product. Excuse me. She took this and she's just going to a little fine line brush here. She just went around the inside edge of her moon, just to give that a really sparkly, luminescent edge. Go. All right, just like that. And then she also used that on the wings. Go. And then on this wonderful little unicorn's mane. All right, wipe that off. And then you'll notice along the top edge here, we've got the stamps of this vine that she used with, this one is crushed velvet, a wonderful deep purple, and she just stamped that all along that edge. After that, I want to add a little Stickles. This is the gold Stickles glitter glue. And she made a wonderful little headband for her fairy. There we go. And then just added little dots among her stars. I'm gonna make sure we get one right in that fairy's hand. Okay, all the way around. All right, so make sure you give that a good 20 to 30 minutes to dry. And then she added her greeting here, Best Wishes. And this is a collection of more Greeting Dazzle stickers from hot off the press. And she used this one. They're all have the same greeting, but they're in all these different wonderful finishes. And she used the black one right there. So as you can see, she continued her purple vine stamp, also added some gold Stickles among the vine too, and there's just so much sparkle on this card. Very pretty. For this next adorable card, Debbie used these stamps as well as a couple others that I'll show you. This one's the Make-A-Wish fairy stamp. This one is the Mooch stamp, this cute little kitty. And this one she didn't use, but I thought he was really cute and we should show Mimsy. Then she also added this wonderful Sacred Tree stamp we're going to definitely be using. So let me show you on this one that she started for us. All right, so from the get-go here, let's see, she used these great background papers, which saves a lot of time if you don't like creating your own background. These are the Dreamscape papers by Lavinia. And they just have these beautiful pre-made backgrounds that are very otherworldly, I think, very fairy-like. There's lots in there. They're 8 by 8, and you get 30 double-sided sheets, and there's 10 of those designs. They're repeated. And then she also used these great stencils. These are lawn clippings from our friends at Lawn Fawn, and she used those along the bottom edge. So after stamping the Sacred Tree, kind of half off the paper right here, she also turned that stamp and used it here and used it here. And then of course stamping her beautiful Make-A-Wish fairy. Okay, so we're done with those. Let's bring out the old craft sheet. And then as you can see at the bottom here, she did those grass clippings, grassy edge. So this one is Grasshopper ink. I'm going to use the medium blender brush. We're just going to do this on the top, this, and then you can also do it like this. Get that look, okay? So you can use either the bottom half or you can do that along the top. So we're going to continue that top half like that. We'll just do one more row here. And then she also added just a little bit of brown ink, Seal Brown. I'm going to go ahead and use that same brush. Move that down a little bit. There we go. All right, I'm going to clean that brush off. And now we're going to go ahead and do a little embossing here for our cute little kitty cat, and she used this one. She used Mooch, and she showed me a great technique I hadn't really thought about when using, oops, I'm just throwing things everywhere. When using embossing powder to get that really nice, rich, deep color. I'm gonna place this right here, and sometimes you need to go over that multiple times to get a really nice, rich, deep color. So the first thing I'm gonna do before I emboss is I'm gonna do it once in ink, just a black ink. Sort of get that base color down. And then after I stamp it in black, I'm going to go ahead then and stamp it with the embossing. So. And this is the Wow, I should mention, this is the Wow embossing pad. This is clear embossing ink. It's just nice, clear, sticky ink. Now you want to make sure when doing this that you do not remove or move around your card. Keep it in that same place. That's why I like to square it up in the MISTI. Oops, I just moved it. Just moved it. All right, and now take this off, and we're going to sprinkle this with some black embossing powder. Here we go. All right, and because we've already got that nice black base there, we're going to get a really nice, rich, embossed image. Okay, we'll get our heat gun warmed up. So as you can see, I finished embossing my kitty, and I've already gone ahead and put my moon mask over the kitty. And then I used the grasshopper ink with my medium brush and gone all the way around the edges, just like we did in the first card. So now I can take this off. I've got my moon there. And now you'll notice right here that Debbie actually stamped the butterfly and this cute little a second time with the cute little dandelion with the fairy, and cut those out, and then used silver stickles to just do a little bit of sparklies on the lines and on the stem and on the little dandelion, I guess seeds that are falling out. And then finally we will get an opportunity to use this great product. This is Diamond Dust, and Diamond Dust is just really beautiful, sparkly stuff. So many told me that it's actually broken up glass, but it seems kind of like it doesn't feel like it could hurt you in any way. So, all right, so we're gonna take some of our Cosmic Shimmer glue. This is gonna dry clear, but we just wanna put some right on those wings. I'm just gonna carefully take a little pinch of the Diamond Dust, that right in there. And then I'm just gonna push it down with my fingers, make sure I've got some grains stuck in there. I'm gonna tap off that excess, and then that's gonna just dry nice and clear. And then around the outside edges of her card, Debbie used some brown ink using Seal Brown, and just did that around the edges of her card to give that a little more depth. And the final step would be adding a Dazzle Greeting from our More Dazzle Greeting stickers, and she used the black one right there. All right, so let's move on to the next card. Tap off my excess Diamond Dust here. It can go actually right back in the jar so we don't waste any. All right, now here is this beautiful card that Debbie made using, we're going to be using our beautiful little fairy again. This one is the Freya fairy. So we used her on the first card. This is a cute little clothesline, little fairy clothesline. How pretty. And then this is the swirl, Majestic Swirls stamp. This amazing dragon. And then this one is called Mini Dots. and we've got a butterfly and a little bee. So lots of little things going on here. First of all, I should mention for the little bees and things, Debbie took and cut this 8x8 paper. It came from the same paper pack, this one, the Dreamscapes paper, and she cut this down and she just used her excess paper to emboss. This is, what is this one? Clear bark, so it's like a dark brown embossing powder, and she just did her little bee and butterfly there and then cut those out. And she did them out of the same paper so that it would stand out with the foam tape, but would kind of blend in with the background as well. She gave me an example there. All right, so on this one, at first, the first thing, Debbie stamped her clothesline right here in the center. And then she also stamped her cute little fairy. And then at that point, also stamped around the bottom edges. Oh yeah, here we go. Before she did her stamping on the bottom edges, she did this great stencil. And you know what? This one's called, interesting. Huh. This one is called Lawn Clippings, but I would suspect that's the wrong package. Oh, here's the hillside. Yeah, I think this is the hillside one. I think we just got them in the wrong packages. So check the supply list on this one. I'm pretty sure this is the hillside one. She took that and put it right here. Oops. She took it and put it right here. This is the one she started for me. And then did her little hillsides by moving this around and then using that seal brown ink. I'm just going to do one for you right here, just by putting that right like this. And you can also do the underside like this to get that little break in the hillside. Really cute. And then after she was done with that part, she stamped the swirls all along the bottom here. And the swirls happen to go with the white swirls. Those are already on the paper. All right, so then she did her masking right here using the brown ink pad, and then also used these great little dots, and then she stamped those in brown all the way around that to give that a wonderful little halo effect. All right, so then we've got all of these. We've got this wonderful, fabulous dragon at the top. Okay, so what she did with her dragon is to get that really rich color, and there's actually two colors here. There's this emerald green, oh, this is green tinsel rather, and then this one is Starry Night. So the first thing she did is she stamped that with the Wow embossing pad, and then she sprinkled it with the green tinsel and embossed that, heat embossed it. And then she went over it again without moving it. She placed it back in her Misty and then embossed it again and then sprinkled on the Starry Night. So you've got two colors there. It gives us this really rich color for the dragon. Her final step was to add silver stickles to the wings and to the little, I guess, weeds, little flowers, holding up the adorable little clothesline. So you guys, we've got a lot of these great stamps. We have a wonderful money saver on these. So I would encourage you to check these out. I'm grabbing my cards, having to reach. There we go. And if you're watching us on our vlog page, just look to the far right. You'll see a photo with the money saver. Just click on that and it'll take you to the money saver page. And if you're watching us on YouTube, look for the description box below the video and you'll find the link to the money saver as well as link to paperwishes.com where you can find lots more goodies to play with. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time.